It's a new competition. It is upon us. Big week, Phoenix Rising. We're talking about it in 30 seconds. Hello and welcome into another episode of the PHNX Rising Podcast. Appreciate everyone joining us here on a Wednesday evening. Hit that like button. On the way in here, we got a lot to talk about, but of course, I am Max Simpson, and joining me, of course, to my right, Mr. Rees, the stat lackey, the Lizzie Guzzler, the hot dog helper.
That's a shame.
Goodall himself. How are we doing?
I was doing good until
and on my left we have Owain, the Oracle, Cardiff in the mud, Evans.
We are in the mud. We're
23rd
doing? Actually. Thought I'd just point that one out. Yeah, no, not too bad. You know, I see the flames on there. It's we're finally you trying to burn the memory of all those pictures we had of you there, Max.
We love the leave a like button today.
We
it is
do.
fantastic. And
You know what, but we love it even more when
gosh,
man,
all right.
that
Max
is an outfit
Simpson.
choice,
and
Max.
the weekly producer, flavor of the week, who is trying to endear himself to this audience and to this podcast panel, Mr. Kevin Thomas. How are we doing, sir?
Doing good, doing great. Excited to be here. Excited to listen to some Rising Ball.
Rising Ball. This man, no way we can tell he moonlights on the PHNX Diamondbacks podcast. But, and of course, the Asian Wildcats podcast. We don't talk about it. That's cool. Anyway, we have a lot to get into. First, shout out to everyone in the chat. Sly, Edward, James, Amanda, and I guess Rees and Owen as well. But everyone, leave a like on your way in here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Is a new Cup competition on the horizon. We will get into that a little bit later. But gents, Phoenix Rising, did they play their first normal match of the 2025 season?
No.
Okay.
No.
And it probably won't come soon.
No.
Ever.
Okay.
If ever.
Glowing vote of confidence.
Well,
from
that's
our
how we're
it's
starting.
not just results. It's just there's no normalcy in any of these games ever. I mean, Rising scored 2 goals that were great goals and just never
Cutback
created
FC,
another
as they
chance.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Margaritha, Mr. Aura himself, and Damian Rivera just again and again. I mean, what? And Rémi Cabral, team of the week, bench, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Dude, 2
someone?
assists.
Yeah.
Ain't bad. Well,
I think they were stretching it on the
They
one.
definitely were.
I
but-
mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. I mean, listen, man. It was this match seems to highlight the typical Rising performance in a nutshell. Beautiful attacking goals. Midfield was absolutely open, which
Correct.
really good for the goals that they scored.
Correct.
Really poor for the goals they conceded.
Correct.
And a back line that they broke a little bit, but held up enough to at least eke out a point. I don't know. It's a weird one, huh?
Yeah. It felt as though this team did, I think, open themselves up far too much to, you know, allowing Sacramento to kind of get shots off, to create chances, and that's something that you can see in the numbers. Should we take a look at the numbers?
Yes,
because they do tell a little.
Let's
story
take a look at by the numbers. Presented by friends at Texas Financial Credit Union, Arizona number credit union name Forbes. It was a 2-all match. Phoenix Rising with 0.69 XG. Nice. And of course, Sacramento with 1.73 XG, right?
Yes.
More than double there. They definitely had more of the attacking chances, but hey, don't you worry about it because Phoenix Rising, Possession FC, hanging in the rafters. Never mind if they were outshot almost, more than double, and they both settled with 4 shots on goal apiece. Gents, this is one where you look on the eye test, you look at it at the numbers. Again, this seems to be yet another match where Phoenix Rising, they have their moments offensively as they seem to every single match, but it's just very difficult to eke out all 3 points when you are giving up those kinds of quality chances.
Well, you bring up, they have their moments in the attack. But here's the thing, and these numbers tend to kind of back it up. This, I think, observation through the course of the season. What we're seeing overall isn't a team that is putting together large spells of attacking play. They're not putting together, particularly threatening attacks over a large period of time. What we're seeing is a lot of moments of individual brilliance that ultimately result in goals. You're not seeing the lots of high quality chances coming in. You're seeing players pick this team up on their back a bit, take that just ridiculous worldie, and that's how you get these results. We've seen that for the course of the season. That's nothing new, right? People were joking early doors, it's goal of the week FC, right?
Yeah.
And that moniker is kind of apt because they are that kind of a team right now. You look at the goals that they scored. Jearl Margaritha, 0.089 XG. The one that Damien Rivera scores, 0.133 XG. Yeah, some of these are always going to be kind of all ones, but where are the high chances, the high chance opportunities really coming in? You look at Herrera's goal, right, to open the scoring, 0.492 XG on that one shot alone. And what we're not seeing, I think, is Rising get that sustained pressure at any real point, even when you see them and they have the ball in the attacking third and they do that for a large period of time. You don't see it all necessarily come together. It's just still waiting for those individual moments. You don't see this complete, I think, team attack. And it's a good thing to have those difference makers. Every team wants that kind of guy to put this team on their back, right? It's huge when you have them, and teams that don't have those difference makers tend to struggle. But it also means that, say, for example, you take Jearl Margaritha is one of those big difference makers. It leaves you in a bit of an awkward position if he goes down. And probably misses for the Gold Cup, which is going to happen.
Stop reminding us. Gosh.
I think another one of the issues, though, is that the difference makers aren't leading to chances created for other players. I mean, you look at the first half especially, there were 3 shots, Margaritha's goal, and then 2 shots for Hope Avayevu. Rémi Cabral only had 1 shot the whole game. Asako didn't get one. The wealth in the attack isn't being spread for chance creation, and it's almost kind of forcing it on these wonder goals. Like we mentioned, they just need to find a way to get Rémi Cabral more touches. Because, I mean, the other day it was, 3 touches versus Detroit? It's improved today, or improved versus Sacramento up to 25 because of the assist. He took more of a role in the passing, but there's just nothing in the box for him. And it's not he's wasteful with his chances. It's that he's not getting the ball to do anything with it.
I think, and we can also look a little bit at the other side of the field here in this Sacramento game and kind of contrast it to some of the prior games, right? Because early in the season, Rising were struggling early. They were conceding goals early. They were giving away opportunities early. They weren't really then. They kind of fixed that. San Antonio, Detroit, they didn't allow a shot in those games in the first 15 minutes, right? You see that turnaround, you think, okay, they're getting things back on the right track. They're starting to turn things around. Against Sacramento, they allowed 5 shots in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is a lot. That is a lot, especially against the kind of context of, you've been working on those early starts and making sure that you weren't starting too slowly, that you weren't chasing the game. I did actually ask Power about that today, if you want to have a quick listen to that, and what was kind of different between this game and those prior to where they weren't giving away those early opportunities.
Hindsight, right? We're always going to sit here hindsight, but I look at it you want to build momentum, so you trust the team that played against, knowing that they have 120 minutes, right? And they saved their players because they played a different cup team, so they had the luxury to save their players. And we come in the first 10 minutes, it's a penalty, right? Then they score right after it's offside on Sako. So, it's we're working on those, but is it a quick fix? No. Why? Because also we haven't had the same back line in all 7 games. While every other team they have their all players that they play with, we don't have it. So then you're asking a lot of players to step in positions, and they've done a great job. That's why I'm so happy with this squad. Anybody that we called upon have showed. But the biggest thing that you want in football is to be able to have that consistency all the time. And they're building it. And it's taken us a little bit longer than we all wish, hope, and want to. But again, it's going to help us down the line.
it's something that this team, they are consistently looking to, I want to say find themselves, but it still is about establishing that identity. We have said this so many times when we are reviewing these matches in the midweek, right? Of you come away with it thinking, they are always going to be able to contend within matches, giving their goal scoring prowess. But to your point, if someone goes down or if something isn't quite clicking, you then have to rely on, hey, can our defense, can our midfield shore up and perhaps not allow these chances? And I think you have seen within this league's history and with these teams that it's very difficult to rely so much on those margins being, hey, we're going to be a very high offensive attacking team and still be leaking goals and chances left and right. It's going to be a really difficult way to play that way week in and week out over the long way.
The problem is the lack of consistency at the back, and it's not something that seems to be getting fixed a huge amount anytime soon necessarily. You've seen Casey Walls get more inclusion recently in these games. Whether that's a good thing or not, that's up to you to decide. But when we look at Mo Traore as an example, right, he's still not currently with the team. He's off getting his green card. That's an interesting one, actually, because, you know, when you hear the comment from Pa on it today, and he's talking about, he's off sorting out his green card, that'll be a good thing to him and a good thing for the team. Why would it be a good thing to the team? Well, it means that he no longer occupies an international spot, so it does open up more room potentially for somebody to come in if they were to sign another international player to one of those spots. But you know, you haven't really got that. I do think the midfield is taking time. The midfield is taking time to really work out quite where it's going to be, what they want to do with that group. You look at the double pivot in the last game, attempted one tackle for the entire game. And they weren't doing amazing at Jearl either. So it's kind of what it is. I mean, it's not great. I mean, people are talking about Casey now. We can talk about Casey a little bit. Casey won 5 of his 10 Jearls in the last game. You possibly want him to do a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
I think the midfield, again, as people are correctly pointing out, it doesn't feel quite as solid as it could be, maybe. I mean, you'd hope that double pivot would be intercepting the ball at some point, and they're not. They didn't in the last game. There were actually only 2 interceptions recorded for Rising the whole game. So kind of what it is. It's annoying. I mean, it's interesting that Hope Avayevu actually appears to be the only one committing to tackles.
Kind of wild.
And winning them, to be fair to him.
Yeah.
The guy, he gets a lot of talk about what he does with the ball, but, you can't ignore that side to his game as well. The fact that he is a bit of a nuisance value in there, which you need and want. I mean, this guy had one of the 2 interceptions. He attempted the most tackles of anyone on the team. He won all of the tackles that he went into, while also winning 5 fouls over the course of the game as well, right? So it's really, I think, quite impressive when you look at it that way and say, well, this is meant to be one of your most creative guys, and yet he's actually, he's finding ways to impose himself as well.
I'm Goalie Man Pat bringing it back with we were looking at a Renzo Zambrano, Jose Andres Hernandez.
Jose Hernandez is coaching youth games in the Valley right now, by the way.
Wow, that is a wild. I mean,
I'm surprised he's not a real estate agent like most USL players when they retire.
Hey now.
Hey now, there are some who are real estate agents / coaches.
True. Darnell King.
Oh yes. I mean, right. It's something. It's something where, right, you're looking just for consistency, even just in terms of the personnel, whether they're starting, whether they're coming off the bench. I mean, we've said you can pretty much see, right, who, when everyone's healthy, who this rising front 3 is, who's coming off the bench, who is at least fixturing prominently within that front 3, within that attacking output. When everyone's healthy, defense here and there, right, it's a lot of ways solidified, but even then, there's a lot of question marks in terms of who are the right players, perhaps within that left back row, within one of those double pivots, right? There's just been a lot of inconsistency from match to match. Is this a question of still trying to find the right guy and they need to keep rotating? Or at some point, do you want to just say, hey, pick the guy, let him run for a couple matches and see if we can build some consistency?
I think rotation. Well, you really don't know, especially in the midfield mainly.
Right.
You don't know who those. You hope solidified in there. and then it's kind of a revolving door due to the kind of injuries and then the red cards of Okello and Saint, and then Skier's in there too of who that double pivot's going to be.
Yeah.
I can't say I've been really impressed by any of them that kind of nails any of them
really.
in the starter. And
They've all had good moments, but
that's just,
I don't think we're seeing repeatedly good games from any of them of the level that makes it okay. Right, they've immediately written their name in for the next game.
Yeah,
right.
And like Skier's had that great game against Tulsa, and really, I know it was a short week for the SAC game, but really didn't display anything in that one.
Well, I think that you've got to be aware of who you've got in JP Skier's and think about what he brings to the table and where his skill set is, and who you're going to pair with him has to be someone that's going to complement that skill set. You can't just say, well, you know what, if you've got JP Skier's out there and he'll cover a lot of ground and he could be a bit imposing at times. Admittedly, it's difficult after doing 120 minutes on Wednesday to do that again on Saturday. But maybe you need someone who is going to be more of a ball player next to him as well, or just something a bit different. It's I don't know. I don't feel as though necessarily, and this is the thing, when you have those the double pivot, the profiles of the player in there, they've got to complement each other properly as well, and that's something that I think also has to be thought about in these moments. I mean, I'm kind of thinking now of guys that could complement him. And I know he's been out for the last few games, or really the most of the season. But like we saw him play that deep in a deeper role, and I'm talking about Charlie Dennis. I know
the chat was clamoring
talk about,
but are they going to play him there?
I know.
I mean,
we saw him play in that deeper role last year.
We did.
I know that was in a very chaotic stretch, but you kind of look at it and say, well, is that where they're going to use him? Are they going to look to use him in a different position? I mean, yeah.
I feel like there's talk about he could be, in a different position there, that he might be fitting in better, say, in wide spaces. How does that come together? How does that all piece together? I don't know. And I mean, sometimes those decisions change over the course from, what people can talk about in preseason through to what they talk about now, through to, when you've got injuries and all of that involved there's a lot of different things. There's one thing I just want to address in the chat, by the way, Sly. Nobody here wants to see Yaku Mete play. Oh my gosh. Do not subject these poor people to Yaku Mete. They don't need to see Yaku Mete play. They don't want to see Yaku Mete play. Yaku Mete is no.
Andrew in the chat vouching for Okello. I think Okello should get his start Saturday. I think JP is suited as a right wing back or a defensive mid. I mean, it's tough.
The other thing about JP, though, is that his ability to play as a centre back as well obviously helps him. It gives him a good role in this team.
It means he's going to be in the squad.
When you have that versatility,
he's going to be the matchday squad. 100%,
you want him around there to actually have the opportunity to play him in different roles if you need. And
yeah, listen, I mean, it's one thing to have that positional versatility, but at some point, you got to nail down some starters in the midfield, right? You want to know who you're going with, and being able to build up some sort of stability within just a really, really, really open part of the team. That's the tough part. I mean, Rees, is there anyone I don't know? You're rolling out your starting lineup. Is there someone who you're looking to nail down, at least try to give them a run of games? Because I understand we're in this transitional period, but this club, someone has to be able to notch up the pecking order.
I really don't know. Because I mean, we said earlier, so we've seen flashes from all these guys in midfield, but we haven't seen that stretch. We've seen moments of what they can be, but then we've seen moments of what they deliver on the bad end of the spectrum. I think Skier's hasn't delivered on that side, so I would probably lean more towards him just because his flashes of bad. I can't think of a word for that.
It's not as much peaks and valleys. Yes. For some of these players, right? The highs are very high, but the lows are really low. And and sometimes you just want, here's a baseline.
Exactly.
You're just staying in the middle. Yeah.
And I think that's what Skier's could offer compared to Okello and Saint, who haven't had that same level of anything. Yeah.
Owen, anyone stand out to you?
I mean, if we're talking about Okello, right? He's obviously a big presence potentially in the midfield. He's a big, tall guy, and he wins half of his duels last game. You need more. You just need more. Yeah. That isn't gonna cut it. That doesn't cut it in this league.
No.
This is a physical league at times, right? it doesn't cut it.
Okay.
And fine, I'm not going to write him off and say, oh, this guy's clearly not up to it. I'm not going to say that. But you need to see the step up.
Yeah.
You need to see that improvement. You need to see things moving in the right direction, and ultimately, just a more physical, obvious presence there. I don't know.
Kevin in the chat was saying we should bring in Jameson Ping. So, hey, more the merrier. Bring more guys in the rotation. We'll chat a little bit more about this match on the other side of the break. Don't go anywhere. All right, listen, the chat is pretty active today, and you know why. They're talking about, the big old-fashioned polar pop from Circle K, the gigantic big one. People are saying we're overcompensating.
You know what?
What are we overcompensating for?
No, that's
just
right,
a fair
that's right.
thing.
Max
Saying
just
throw
uses
things
that.
out in the chat.
Max
Kevin
uses
chat
that
is saying to
steal
show
the
a
wolf from
gummy
the
shark at
office.
me. Ramon saying, Kevin, you can throw something at me. That's not how it works. The chat said no more throwing. Chat said no more throwing. James is saying I'm eating Jello out of my polar pop. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are absolutely wild. Kevin, look what you started.
Exactly. Look what I started. Isn't it great?
We're making a thing, and that's what Circle K is doing through their Inner Circle membership. Download the Circle K app, opt into their Inner Circle membership with just a phone number, and you can save all the cash, all the money in the freaking world. It's that darn easy.
The snack toss meat stick.
It's not. That's not kosher. That's not kosher. That's
you
also,
got them, Max.
That's not suitable for live programming. But yes, download Circle K app, opt into the Inner Circle program. Is that darn easy? You can save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fills. Here's a little secret: Inner Circle members save 40 cents per gallon tomorrow at participating locations. Do it today. Free to do it. Download the Inner Circle app today. Do it now. Also, check out our friends at Branded Bills. This is the thing. I mean, we're doing producer roulette here, and Kevin Thomas
have you got a hat for this, man?
A hat on me, and it's not gonna work because Branded Bills, they make amazing, awesome hats. A couple of them are for U of A, which is fine. It looks nice. It looks okay, right? It's nice, very good design. But I am an ASU. I'm an ASU Sun Devil through and through, and they make ASU hats that look absolutely incredible, just like that boy. Yes,
look at that golf hat on the Phoenix Suns basketball.
You're darn right. Oh, and they're doing a limited edition run with D-backs as well. You can get those special event tickets going to the link in the description. I believe that match. The game is May 5th. It is Cinco de Mayo on Monday. You can get their golf day hat. But listen, Branded Bills, it is a Valley staple. It is Arizona's hat company. Go to brandedbills.com. Use promo code PHNX. Save 20% off that code. Multiple people in the chat have bought their hats for themselves, their loved ones, and other people. Do it today. Look cool. Get some swag. Branded Bills. Boom. Awesome. Let me get this almost set. We're back here. We're back.
To me.
You put that back off. We're back.
We're at the hat toss instead of the snack toss now.
Be careful over there, Max.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw it towards the cameras.
All right, we're back.
Hide that down there.
We're back.
Yeah.
PHNX Rising Podcast. The madness, the chaos ensues. We're
not having a Leeds promotion party, Sly. That's not happening.
It's not.
No one here likes Leeds.
PHX Leeds podcast just doesn't quite roll off.
It's not happening.
No,
it's not happening.
Now, the PHX Wrexham podcast.
No. I do want to just say, because I'm not sure if it was in the video that actually the club posted or that it was going anywhere at the moment, that Pa did have some words about playing at the racecourse when he was a player.
That beautiful ground, best in the world.
He kind of dumped on the ground a bit, to be honest.
He hasn't been there since Rob
He played an international match there. He played an international match at the racecourse, and he did dump on it. He was not saying positive things about that stadium.
Rob and Ryan saved.
That's the worst thing about that club, and they're doing all right. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, guys, anything else from this matchup we want to talk about? Again, I'm going to ask the same thing every week. Has this matchup told us anything more about this club they didn't already know, or is this another kind of wacky game for Phoenix Rising?
Good question. I don't know.
I think it's told us that Rising's just a wacky team.
We
gotta get used to seeing these wacky old matches, Max.
Oh boy, yes indeed. Well, if there's nothing left about this game, I mean, I guess there's a cup competition, but we don't really have to talk about it.
Jägermeister Cup. Jägermeister Cup. Okay. First time for Rising.
Yeah, it is. First time for Phoenix Rising. They do play They do play in the Jägermeister Cup. Oh, gosh, that made me sound gross.
The Jägermeister Cup, man.
The Jägermeister Cup, Phoenix Rising's first time playing. They do
It's a
play.
shot of glory.
See what they did there. Yes, they play in the Jägermeister Cup. It is Saturday, 7 p.m., hosting San Antonio FC. Gentlemen, is there a new approach to this?
Dollar beer night as well. Dollar beer night.
It's actually kind of crazy.
For the
Gonna sell out,
Jägermeister.
That's a whole lot of booze. And that's before the team even starts playing. Hey,
Funny, Max. Funny.
Hey, we got him. We got him.
Oh.
No.
The Jägermeister Cup,
Devin,
yeah.
again, how many times do I have to tell you? When I say it's prospecting, when anyone else say it, it's free ads. I do not promote free ads. I prospect. But anyway, how does Rising approach this competition? Again, we already kind of had the give and take with the Open Cup. You know, what type of team do you put out there? Is this a competition? Right, Open Cup. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of prestige, and it is something where, you know, you're able to make a run. Okay, facing MLS teams in the future. Is the USL Brand Redacted Cup, is that good? Do we want
the
to go after
Jägermeister Cup.
that? Is that worth going after?
Well, they're not midweek games, so
Yeah.
and they're mainly 1 week game, like one.
But
game
there'll be
weeks.
Right.
midweek games down the line if
Yes.
you progress.
Yeah, but I mean, just
Kevin, that's how you.
you can't rotate for
That's
these
crazy.
games like you
Yeah.
would Open Cup games. You know what I mean? Like
so.
you.
Can we stop the chat? We are not. Max is not buying beers.
Wait, Max,
Marlon,
are you coming? Are you coming
Also,
to
that's
the? Are
you
you
cannot
coming to
use
the
my brother
Jägermeister
like that. How dare you?
Are you?
Are you coming to the Jägermeister Cup game
Good joke
this
Max.
weekend?
What's that?
Are you going to be at the Jägermeister Cup game?
No, because there's no chance. I'm not buying beers for people now.
No, but are you going to be there?
I'm gonna make sure I don't. So
We'll
no.
never see Max at a game again.
Max doesn't come to games
Yeah,
anymore.
I've come to that conclusion.
Max doesn't come to games. Have you ever seen Max at a Phoenix Rising game?
I didn't know Max went to games in the first place.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I thought he bought that shirt off the site and that was it.
Oh, he didn't even buy it. Probably got given that one.
We're doing my part. Go to go to phnlocker.com. Check it out. Whoa, Marlon in the chat. Just because you keep on saying it, I don't know. Max is not buying
Max
beers.
is buying beers.
They're
No.
just $1, Max.
What's that?
They're just $1.
Just because
Just
you say
$1.
Max is buying beers does not mean Max is buying beer. Do not clip that.
Max is buying beers, buying beers. Max is buying beers.
Max is buying beers.
It's kind of
Max
catchy.
is buying beers.
Yeah, it's happening.
It's kind of catchy. Anyway, getting back somewhat on track.
Remember the song, Rees?
Okay.
When you're ready to
You
say
can sing
cheers.
it. You sang the
Well,
original.
no, I gotta remember the whole lyrics. That's the thing. When you're ready to say cheers, don't forget Max is buying beers. It's a
That's
beautiful
crazy.
tune.
All right, full on sing. Come on, let's get it.
I know.
When you're ready to say cheers, don't forget Max is buying beers.
What a tune!
This is
Great. That was a great jingle.
This is absolutely horrible. Wow, this is crazy content.
Right, let's talk about the actual football
Phoenix
now.
Rising. What I've been trying to do. Phoenix Rising playing San Antonio FC. Jets, how they want to approach this one?
You gotta go full strength. You cannot because you need to get
They've
momentum.
had, yeah, that's the thing. You need momentum. They've struggled enough in the league so far to get the results, right? They're talking about it as a process. They're saying they're making progress towards where they need to be. When you're putting all of that together, how are you going to get there? You're not going to get there by taking a week out. You're not going to get there by interrupting whatever progress that you're making. You need to keep building on this momentum, whatever momentum you've got going, right? If you think you're going to get to a perfect place, you're not getting there by taking a week out in the middle just for the sake of it, right? You're going to get there by continuing to push on and on and on every week, each time. And ultimately, they can't afford to take that week out. They need to find a way to kind of push themselves forward. And whether they actually get a result in this game or not, I don't think is the end of the world, even if they do or don't. It's the Jägermeister Cup. I'm sorry, it's not that important. But it's more what it says about where you're going to propel yourselves onto in the league, to be honest, going forward.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, right? I mean, Rising's first win of the season in league play, right? Came against
Only win.
Only win, yeah.
I mean, in league
Because
play.
even the cup game is not a win; it was a draw.
Yeah, it was a draw.
Okay, you ain't correct. You ain't wrong. Let's try this again. Their only win in 90 minutes of league play. We're all saying the same thing, right? They were a massive underdog going against San Antonio to San Antonio, top of the table, and they end up walking away 2-1 win. How different do we expect this matchup to be? Is there anything we can pull from that match? I mean, let's set the scene here.
I don't know. It's confusing because San Antonio have kind of fallen. They lost to Miami last week, and they're losing 2-0 as we speak to Colorado Springs. But they just got Mitch Taintor back. He's playing his first game back in this one since I think the start of April. He's missed the last few. And I do think he is an important piece to their back line and just how they build up. But then again, I really don't think this team has the attacking options. I think this team's got a good defense, but I think their attack really isn't that great. Jorge Hernandez hasn't clicked yet on the level that we've seen him other times in this league. They really don't have a nailed-in number 9. We've seen quite a few guys there. Pacheco, Goodall, and Alex Grief have all played there this season. Grief starting tonight against Switchbacks. They're trying to work things out in the final third. They're kind of the opposite problem of Rising, where Rising's good in the final third, attacking, but defensively not so much. San Antonio, it's kind of the opposite, and it could be a very interesting game as a result because the goals actually do mean something because they could get that tiebreaker. They could get that wild card max.
Could do. I'm also going to say this and again put it out there in the first place again. If this game goes to penalties, which it can do, by the way.
Famous last words going
the
penalties.
Jägermeister Cup. These games all go to penalties. If you win the shootout, you get 2 points. If you lose it, you get 1 point. After 90 minutes. However, again, just as a reminder, if they win a penalty shootout, they have not won the game. I'm putting it out there now again as your friendly reminder. By the way, I'm also going to bring in here, Kevin, why would you quote Herm in the chat here?
Yeah.
Like, you play to self-impose a bowl ban. Boys, what are we doing? We're not bringing him into this. I'm just going to say it, right? We're not bringing Herm into this one.
we got Kenny D. We don't need no Herm Edwards. Stop that now. We don't need to talk about that. Yeah, man, it's just an interesting approach. I mean, I don't know. Is there some sort of mental games going on, right?
Excuse me, Ramon.
Yes,
MLS Next Pro ripped it off from the Checker Trade Trophy, I'll have you know. Now known as, I don't know what it's called now. It keeps changing. Is it the Virtu Trophy now?
Okay,
yes,
we don't
it's the Football League Trophy. Yeah, but all of these are not American brands. So it doesn't matter, Max. So there we go. MLS Next Pro ripped that off from someone else. That's not original.
Does Phoenix Rising have the mental edge within this matchup, given that they have beaten San Antonio FC?
I don't know if they do.
No.
Irrelevance?
Well, Tulsa would have had the same thing.
It's fair.
In the cup, Open Cup.
Okay. The question need to be asked.
I just don't think that that's that important. I don't think that how you played them a few weeks ago, especially given these teams, Rising have got a lot of inconsistency in the lineup. San Antonio have had inconsistency in the lineup. I don't think that there's a lot of consistency between game to game to game to game to game with these, and so I don't really feel as though they necessarily have some mental advantage going into this one solely for that. Again, I mean, Gunman Pat's got the comment. One game all year, they have no mental edge. Yeah, I mean, look, they've got to focus on themselves and forget about that stuff with the other teams. You focus on the other teams only insofar as you're looking at their weaknesses. I don't want to hear any talk about mental edge.
We may not have
everybody.
it on the pitch.
They've got to actually get stuff done.
Baby.
You know, they don't seem like they're unconfident at the moment, but at the same time, you want them to be confident, but what have they done to really earn their own confidence necessarily? They're still working on that. They're still waiting for that moment to really come through. And you hope it comes sooner rather than later. And it could well do, right? I'm not going to sit here and pretend it won't. It may not. We'll see.
We about to say something?
I was going to answer Devin's question. Is their main center back with the boots back? Yes, Mitchell Taintor. He will not be wearing those boots. He will be wearing his actual boots to play.
Again, Kevin, they've not won 2 games. They've not. They drew against Tulsa. penalty shootouts. Don't make me quote the law.
Oh, here we go.
Don't make me quote Law 10.
Whatever.
Do not make me quote Law 10.
Oh, here we go.
Law 10. Penalties are taken after the match
penalties are taken
has
after the
ended.
match.
After the match has ended.
Not a win. Not 90 minutes. Extra PKs.
Mr. Simpson, I'm taking his mic off him now.
Hi, Max.
Right, we'll carry on. So, Reese, do you want to have a nice conversation without Max now?
It's kind of nice.
It is
It's
quite
kind of
nice. We could do this.
I was agreeing with the sentiment he was sharing, but
He's okay.
I
We'll
can't
just blame Max
disagree
for
with him
this.
taking
Like,
away the mic.
I mean, we always do this. Right, okay, back to actual talk now. I'll try not to smack your laptop as I pass that one back over.
Appreciate
That would
that.
have been bad.
Yes, Kevin.
The other thing is I like swinging the mic around and Max's laptop, the
Go
screen
ahead, Pat.
just
That's
kind
why
of falls
I said it
off.
to prevent O's rant. Kevin in the chat. Oh, they won. Okay, they won the match. We gotta love it. Well, listen, I do have a very important question to ask you, gents, and I'll ask it right on the other side of the break. Listen, Phoenix Rising, they played in a bit of a sunny match over the weekend, would you say? And you know what could have been really helpful when you're playing in the middle of the darn day?
What,
You to
Max?
show up.
Pair of Shady Rays. It was a holiday, but it's always a holiday when you are buying Shady Rays. Go to shadyrays.com. Use promo code PHNX. You can save 35% off of your polarized sunglasses. I got a pair. Kevin's got a pair of Shady Rays. They're looking great. It is summer just around the corner here in hot and sunny AZ. Get a pair. You can get all different kinds, right? They got ones for hiking. They got ones for everyday. They got ones for aviators where you can look like a throwback person in one of those movies or something. I don't know, but you can look at all kinds of good with our friends at Shady Rays. Even Owain can wear something. Maybe that would help him, if you know what I mean. But check out Shady Rays.
I don't even know where he's going.
I don't know, but anything could help Owen, especially if you cover up that mug. Anyway, shadyrays.com, promo code PHX, save 35% off with promo code
That felt a lot more personal than usual.
Promo code PHX. Welcome to the pod. Also, shout out our friends at Carol Royce team. Listen, a lot going on within the market. And if you are looking to sell a home, possibly upgrade, take advantage of what's going on and everything like that, turn to Carol Royce team. It's a great place to go, right? Carol Royce has so much experience with all her entire team. They have been doing this for years and years and years. There's probably a wrestling chant in there, Kevin. What? Years. What? Yeah. What?
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 Years?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Real estate?
Yeah.
Selling?
Let Carol talk to you.
Yeah, talk to him. Nice. Go to Carol. go check out CarolRoyceTeam.com today. Check them out. 480-776-5231. Again, 480-776-5231. Visit Carol online at CarolRoyceTeam.com and tell them PHNX sent you. Again, even if you are vaguely interested in selling your home, even buying a home as well, check them out. CarolRoyceTeam.com. Terms and conditions do apply.
Yeah.
Nice.
Max, that was a generationally poor ad read.
That's crazy.
From the ad man. The entire segment was just, he lost it, didn't he?
I'm not gonna lie.
Is
Kevin
Adman
broke me.
washed?
Kevin broke me.
Is ad man washed?
Wizards Michael Jordan right now, bro.
That's I don't know, man. Even at that age, he's doing it. He's
All right,
still
so
doing
Is
it.
like
ad man
Shaq.
washed?
Like, let's go.
Wait,
through-
hold on.
But it's like watching
Texoma, Solomon
Solomon
Asante.
Asante, yeah.
Oh man, that hurt. Let's,
That hurts to say it.
Oh
too.
man, yeah, that's
Phoenix Rising, Omar Bravo. I mean,
Oh man, he's fly in the chat. Add me nominee. That's right. I am
Max,
yeah.
before the show, Reese told me that whenever his parents used to ask him to do the dishes, are the dishes washed? He would just be like, yeah, no, they're Max.
That's a good one. I like that.
right. Should we actually get back to football? Wait,
Yeah.
is this a football pod?
I thought it was
All
a
right, we should
darts.
have a listen to Pa-Modou Kah talking about the Jägermeister Cup, shouldn't we? And just his thoughts on the new competition.
No, it's great because more games, more opportunities to win trophies because at the end of the day, that's what players are playing for, right? They're playing to earn a new contract and they're playing to leave a legacy, and the legacy is all form of cups that you can play in. This for me is even as equal as important as all the games that we play. This is another game, to get better, to improve, and hopefully, get yourself in the right footing into this cup.
Listen, man, this team got to play the guys, whoever they're going to roll out. You've seen so many different players within this matchday squad, different guys utilized. this team, they're not afraid to roll with some of the young guns. A lot of them are young, right? They're not afraid to play multiple different combinations within the midfield, within other positions. I don't care if it is your starting 11, right? Mixing in some guys here and there. I don't even know if you're rotating goalkeepers. Whatever the case may be, this club, they can't be afraid to play their right guys. It really just comes down to what their approach is going to be. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I mean, I can't disagree. You need to see the main team out there because no offense, but I don't want to see a boring rotated game. Give me some goals. Let's get the wild.
Oh,
card
I think you're always going to
tiebreaker.
get goals.
Let's get the wild card tiebreaker.
Just to answer one question here for Kevin. There's $100,000 prize money, by the way,
Nice.
in the Jägermeister Cup.
Any like product reward? Like, do you get a little bit of
Oh,
product?
man. See, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. No, you say a little bit, right? But no. Let's talk about this because let's talk about how Germany does it, right? Where you win the league or you win the cup and they just bring out those massive glasses filled with beer.
I actually have an Oktoberfest.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying. They walk around with those massive like boots of beer, don't they? Like those huge things, and they're just like downing them. But can you imagine if they actually did that for this cup and they handed out product from the title sponsor? And can you imagine how messy that would be when that team then has to play again on the Saturday after winning it on the Wednesday?
I think Max would have like a stroke or something if he saw that. Like he would just combust, just dissolve.
No, he'd be fine as long as we didn't show any of it on the show. Like he doesn't care about other people selling ads. He just doesn't want them selling ads for us.
You're darn right. No free ads.
But it is the Jägermeister Cup, so I'm not sure what Max can do about that.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. 100%. Well, I had a question, and now I'm going to ask it. Score predictions. Chat, let us know as well. We can go any sort of way with this. How many let me start it here. Are we going to get a 2-1 repeat?
No.
Okay, just want to gotta ask, get that question out of the way. All right, what we got? Reese.
I'm going to go a little unique because it's kind of boring going 2-1, 1-0, that kind of thing every single game.
He's going to come out with like 7-2.
No, not that ridiculous. Rising always have a 3-3 draw in them at some point in the season. I'm going to go a 3-3 draw.
We've already had a 4-all.
Dear.
We've already done that this year.
Yeah, but who predicted that? No one. So give me the 3-3.
Kevin in the chat, max 100 beers bought, but Rising 2 goals scored.
Right, but how many are they going to concede, Kev?
This is true.
Who cares if Max is buying beer?
Okay.
That's the right answer.
It's
right
not the right answer.
I'm going 1-1.
Oh, gosh, you guys are so boring.
And it's going to go to a penalty shootout.
Max.
Actually,
what's the penalty shootout winner? Do we predict that? What's
4-3 San Antonio.
Ooh.
But as we know, if they win the penalties, that means they won the match. It's a draw. So they won the match. Andrew in the chat.
Get this guy out of here.
3-all heart attack waiting to happen. Kevin, I'm going a boring Rising. Kevin is going with a Rising 2-1 win, rounding it back.
What are you going, Max? No pressure.
Oh, slice 7-0 like Leeds versus Cardiff. We love.
Would be Leeds, who'd be Cardiff.
Goldman Pat actually does have the great question. What month will they get?
We're 23rd in the league. That's not an achievement.
Okay.
August.
All right. What month will they get? August?
I don't know, man. We'll see.
Listen, man.
We'll see.
Texoma.
Well, hold on for a second.
June.
Texoma in June.
Now, Goldman Pat, this is the question.
Lamin Jaune, the GOAT Lamin Jaune with a goal.
Asante free kick.
First clean sheet.
Asante to Lamin.
When we're talking first clean sheet, are we talking overall or just within the league?
At any point.
Well, then it starts now. 1-0.
Wow,
that's bold. I think that's bold.
Marlon in the chat, he is running back with a 2-1 for Rising. James Wilson in the chat, 3-2. San Antonio, sad face there. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. James also in the chat asking people to stand up if you love the darts, but we don't, so that's okay. You almost did.
You love the darts?
Absolutely.
No, I don't. Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they approach. James Wilson in the chat, I think San Antonio learned something from our win. I mean, also too, like, just if you extrapolate how this season is going over the long course of time, I'm not going to say that Rising's win was it a fluke. I'm not going to say that, but also you play that match 10 out of 10 times, probably going to be a different result most other times.
Valid. Now for the real prediction. Who's winning Premier League tomorrow? Darts.
Where is it?
I don't know where night 12 is.
See, because that's important.
So hang on a minute. It's Humphreys, Aspinall, Van Gerwen, Littler,
this is now
Cross
where
Bunting, or Price Dobie.
The PHX Rising podcast is gone, but it's not the PHX Darts podcast, I guess.
Ooh,
Someone brought up darts in the chat, so we're just doing it quickly and then we'll move on.
I don't know. I'll need to think.
That get 5-0 to who? To whomst?
March 2026 is Kevin about the first.
For
It's in
what?
Liverpool.
For the first
Give me
clean sheet?
Bunting.
Oh, gosh. Andrew in the chat, probably somewhere in May, the first clean sheet after 25th birthday coming up, May 19th.
Who do they play the game after that? Let's have a look.
Let's see. Kevin in the chat, Liverpool have won the Premier League. Okay, we are just...
Vegas Lights away is the first game after your
That's
birthday.
actually somehow a good shout. I mean, just because Vegas aren't playing that well at the moment.
True.
They've
The
only got
midweek
5
game
goals.
away.
That's the
But it's a
third
midweek
least.
game away after not playing on the weekend prior.
Ooh,
I can
Are
see
you
that.
still looking at the dart stuff?
no, we're talking about Vegas Lights, Max.
Oh, gosh. Oh, boy. Gettleman Pat in the chat. Root for the darts. Yeah, man. The chat's kind of divided. Chat is all over the place. What do we think expect to be a good atmosphere? Dollar beer night? Is that fair to ask the question? What are we
I think someone's just scored.
Oh, yeah?
Sorry.
it's
San
okay.
Antonio have got a goal back.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
What do we think the atmosphere is going to be for Dollar Beer Night?
Great, because you're going to buy all the beers.
Max is buying beers.
Sing the song, boys. Sing the
I
song.
When you're ready to say cheers, don't forget Max is buying beers.
I looked at the Ticketmaster earlier today, and let's just say it
Brandon,
was
actually.
not pretty whatsoever at all. Like in the slightest, you couldn't even
Nice.
try to paint it as a pretty picture
Yeah.
in the slightest. It was bad.
Dollar Beer Night's also an interesting one because, I mean, you can even kind of just see it seems like it's one of those things like, oh, Dollar Beer Night. Maybe kind of a more or less last minute thing, but we'll see. I don't know. What stand is the Max is buying beers stand?
Whole stadium.
Not here. Okay.
Yeah. Anywhere
Grand,
between
find
that
Max, ask for
fence.
beer. Max is buying beers.
Oh boy.
No doubt.
Oh boy. No, but honestly, what do we think? Do you think it's gonna? Do you think Dollar Beer Night's right? We've seen in years past, it's been great.
No.
Recent years, kind of hit or miss. What do we think?
I don't know,
I think
man.
it's gonna be a miss.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. I hate to say it.
3 home games in a row, weekend-wise, never easy. To be fair, I'll give him that. But the big thing I'll say is that we kind of were looking at this last game and going, oh, Rising had a crowd of just over 5,000. That's big for this year. And that's not a good thing to say, is it?
No.
No.
We're a long way away from that opening match at this incarnation of Phoenix Rising Stadium. Packed to the gills, 12,000 plus.
Yeah, I mean,
Was
Rees,
it?
I'm looking at the Ticketmaster and it's okay.
Is it okay? Because
No, I wouldn't say. No, I wouldn't say it's okay. But like,
Okay.
it's.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's okay.
It's,
Is it okay
I
for
wouldn't
this
say it's
season?
like it's worse than it's been.
Okay,
just from
because I looked
eyeballing
earlier
it.
and it was.
Whether did you look
atrocious.
last week? It was bad last week.
No, it was. This was what I saw was bad. So I'm glad to see it's.
Maybe they start giving tickets away. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yes. Let's see. I'm pretty good for a day game. Quoting Bears beats Battlestar Galactic. Oh man.
We
I
still
don't
got
know.
like 12 minutes to kill right now.
Oh, stop it. Well, listen.
Boys, what are we doing?
No, I know. Well, listen, I do have to make sure we give you guys a very important update of new news, not just for PHNX, but all of our friends here at All City Network.
Yeah, the
Big
news
announcement.
is that Max is buying beers.
Okay, well, that is
Max is buying
This is
beers.
actually-
You heard it here first. You guys who joined us today, instead of listening to the thing the club are doing right now,
Oh, I forgot
it
that
may
was
have finished
today.
now. I don't know, but that's been happening now. It's like at 6. We love you. You are the loyal people, and you are hearing this first. Max is buying beers.
It's actually not it at all. No, but we have a.
It's absolutely it.
Oh my gosh. It's not.
This man, oh man, he loves a beer, and he loves you, the people, too. And that is why Max is starting
The one thing he loves more than beer is the
His
people.
campaign.
That's the thing.
to buy everyone a beer.
I don't have.
Even you, person that's never met Max.
No, that's just not
he
true.
will buy you a beer.
No, I won't.
More kids left the field upset
Wait, we're
about
talking-
the
hold on, hold on.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard there
sorry.
was
This
some
actually
like
be real. We're
adults
talking
that were
about
like taking it way too seriously.
Oh.
We're talking egg hunt. We're talking about the egg hunt now. This is what
Like
this
they were
evolved
going
to.
through the egg hunt and were like obviously looking for Max Simpson beers, and I don't know. We'll see. I was told that there were no one had the full on like child age inappropriate gift that they sometimes win. You know when they're like you'll have kids in and it's like, well done, you've won a microwave, or well done, you've won a 6-pack of beer, and it's like no 7-year-old walked away with a microwave as far as I'm aware.
That's good.
And you won't be walking away with a 6-pack with beers if you're 6 years old. But if you are age 21 or older, Max Simpson, this is your guy. He will buy you a beer.
Okay, anyway.
He's like the big brother you never had or wanted.
Okay.
But he's going to buy you a beer.
I see what you did there. Well, we got some
I've set him off now.
Oh man. Make sure everyone just isolates everything outside of what these guys said. But right, we got some big and little news to share. Again, also your network and including us here at PHNX, teaming up with Big Brothers Big Sisters of America for a very new and exciting 3-year partnership, right? Really all about tapping into the local community. This is not just about sports. It really is about bringing our community together, right? That's always been what our mission has been here at PHNX, to make it more fun to be a diehard Arizona sports fan, right? Together, we are combining with Big Brothers Big Sisters for an incredible youth mentorship program, really combining the passion of what we're doing from local sports coverage, kicking off stuff this week ahead of NFL draft, the other football. Oh, not Owen's favorite football, but football nonetheless. But right, we're going to be teaming up for year-round community building, different events, and youth mentorship along the way. So more stuff coming, but right, we're excited about this one. It's going to be a good time. Yeah. Oh boy, let's see what we got in the chat. What are the transfer windows for USL, and can Rising still loan players in?
Yeah, they can. When are the FIFA windows? That's a great question. Yeah, let me get the FIFA TMS up a minute.
Brian, what will be wearing so I can find
question.
you, Max? Don't worry about it.
Same thing he's wearing now.
Because they can make domestic moves, by the way, whenever. But international moves end up being kind of limited by this. So let me have a look. Let's go. I'm currently on the FIFA website getting you answers.
Red card for switchbacks.
By the way, who's winning this cup competition?
I have no idea.
Give me a name. Anyone.
I couldn't. Texoma. Sorry.
Wait, is today transfer deadline day?
Oh gosh.
Oh, that's why.
Oh my god, it is.
Okay, that makes sense because MLS teams just keep making moves. That makes sense.
It is. Yeah, it is. It is. Today is the last day of international transfers on the men's side in the USA. What do you know? Then it will reopen on the 24th of July, open till the 21st of August for international registrations. Yeah, wow, what a time.
The coincidence, huh?
What a coincidence.
I think Kevin asked that question because he knew.
Kevin knew, hey, Kevin? You could. He wanted to just say it and take credit for it, but he was like, no, I'm going to share the love. Just like Max is going to share the love when he buys beers on Saturday.
Yeah, you will make yeah, I will not be. James,
no, I just said yeah in response to that. So did you just hear yeah?
I did.
Did you hear yeah there, Kev?
Affirmative.
So Max is buying beers.
Kevin says Max always wears a suit to the games. No, I'm not Owen. James Wilson, stand up if you want the beers from Max. Oh, no one's standing up, so we're okay.
I can see.
Wait.
Come on.
No, this is.
Reese obviously isn't standing up because he is not old enough. I am standing up. Our producer Kev is standing up.
Kev's not standing up.
He is standing up right now.
I see the whole office.
I am standing up, Max.
He is standing up. Shane, are you in the office?
Nope, sorry, he's busy.
He's busy.
Yep.
Standing up.
He's probably standing up, yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy, you guys are crazy. Let's talk going on. European ball, little Prem ball.
Who cares about the Prem?
No one cares about the Prem.
No one cares about the Prem.
Wow.
No, come on.
Bitter grapes. Come on now.
Prem's over.
Oh, it's 2-2, by the way.
Wow.
In the other game.
Well,
Kevo Cam.
And there was a red card for serious foul play, by the way, for Colorado Springs as well. So,
how's Spurs doing?
We don't talk about that.
Okay, see, neither of us care about the Prem.
Yeah.
Owen can't care about the Prem and won't for at least another 2 years.
It's going to be longer than that, mate.
Couple
You
decades.
think we're getting back-to-back promotions? That ain't happening.
You're not Wrexham.
They haven't confirmed they're going to do it yet. They can just they got Charlton in the next game.
They've already
Charlton
got
just put
back-to-back.
4 on
They're going
Wickham.
for back-to-back.
Oh man. Anyway,
Disney FC can forget about it at this point.
Mighty
I
side.
don't care.
Oh boy. And
No, we're not talking about Leeds.
Talk about Leeds
Sly.
devolving into Arsenal.
No,
talk.
we're not. I will say, to be fair, they absolutely battered Stoke.
Yeah, they did. Was it how much in?
Didn't Perot put up? Was it 4 in the first half?
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
like 3 inside the first 19, 20. It was nuts.
Yeah, that was just insane. It was 3 by the 20th minute. He had a hat trick in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
That's prime Max Simpson days, huh?
Actually, I do have to say, by the way, I did play a little.
Excuse me, Goalie Man Pat. We might do back-to-back relegations. I can't rule that out at this point in time.
Yeah. What's it called? Well, what can I say? I did play a little soccer last night. Goal and assist, no big deal.
Oh, you got to go on the assist.
Did you?
Simpson.
No, you didn't think
I
so.
don't know.
Let's see. Oh gosh, that is like probably the worst thing I have seen here. Speaking of Spurs, Kenzie wanted the Tots to win. Are they now known as the Tater Tots? Oh gosh.
Yes.
Nope. I absolutely
Yes.
I hate
Oh,
that.
I back that. I back that so much.
I absolutely hate that. Yes, Marlon, like and subscribe. Devin, all leads have Archie
Actually,
Great Brother.
no, I don't think you can call them the Tater Tots because for everyone, well, no, they are, I suppose. For everyone except Spurs fans, they're incredibly satisfying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Oh, what are they called? Spuds? Okay. That's pretty good, right?
no, that was terrible.
Max, just go home, buddy.
Go home, buddy. We got 5 minutes. We'll round it out without you.
All right. Sick.
We'll take it home.
Okay, what are you gonna take it on with? What we got?
Darts.
Darts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you decided yet who's winning the Premier League tomorrow?
It's in Liverpool. Give me Bunting again.
Stephen Bunting.
Yeah.
The Bullets. The Bullets.
Who is okay? Here we go. Who is the Stephen Bunting on Phoenix Rising?
I don't think that'd be
there is
nice
one.
to say to any rising player.
I mean, the thing is that his aura is of a very different kind of aura than you'd want
Yeah,
from a professional
understandable.
football
it's
player.
not the same level of or same.
It's a
like,
different
type of
aura.
as
He's an
Jearl.
everyman
Yeah.
aura, you know? Like,
Yeah.
he's that guy you just know down the pub who also happens to be one of the greatest in his sport in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
And no one on Rising is quite like that because they're all quite. I feel like they're just very, you can't really say the same because they're just different. It's not the same.
They build different.
It just ain't the same.
Okay.
Who's the Bunting of this podcast?
I don't know. It can't be Max.
It can't be Max because
Can't
I have
the
aura.
key thing is being likable. That's the thing. No offense, Max.
You're right, because I'm lovable. Well, it can't be you.
We give it to Kev today.
I think it will be
I'll
Kev.
give it to Kev.
Will be Kev.
There we go.
Yeah.
Very likable.
Goldman Pat,
Nice
darts is
guy.
not a sport.
Kev the
Whoa.
Bull.
It is a sport.
No, that's terrible, Pat. That's fighting words.
Whoa.
Right. You know what? You know what that is? Kev, you see that ban button right next to it? Can you just hit that for us right now? No, we won't really do that to you, Pat. It's a sport, man. I don't know how to.
James in the chat, best show in a long time. I mean, I don't know what that says about us or you, but thank you.
You know what? I know that Wikipedia is definitely the definitive answer here.
Oh gosh.
And the fifth word in the Wikipedia article for darts is sport, because darts is a competitive sport. There we go. Confirmed.
Was there ever a doubt, though? No.
All right. Here we go. We're going to go rapid fire for the NFL draft tomorrow. Other football.
I don't
Cam
know.
Scattaboo gets drafted to who? Who do they get drafted to? Do you think Cam Scattaboo would how many goals would he bag in the USL Championship season?
See,
More or less than me.
I think he would
More or less than
end
me.
the season with like 7 red cards, 45 yellows, just
That's-
racking up fouls. Now, I know 45 yellows is
You
going to be
can't ban
mathematically
that
possible,
Potter.
but I think
I
he's
think he's getting-
to make an impact.
I
I'm
tell you
afraid.
what. Cam Scatterby is getting drafted by Brett Lashbrook's Las Vegas Lights.
Oh gosh.
No.
That's
100%.
I wouldn't wish that on
So
my
wait, he's
worst
going to the
enemy.
Raiders?
I wouldn't even wish that on Max going to the Lights.
yeah.
Is there a great soccer player from your school, Max?
What do you mean?
Like, has ASU ever created a soccer player?
I mean, on the women's side, but certainly.
Yeah, on the women's side, there are some
the
good
men's,
players.
the men's, they're not like a
I mean-
official D1 or whatever. Yeah, Michael, my Pat, my son can change a Wikipedia article. It's hardly official. That's tough. No free ads.
There are good players who've come from ASU.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about my high school, and I'm like,
There are
not
good
my high
players
school
I know
specifically,
who've come from
but
ASU
way back
and are playing
when,
pro.
the what's it called? Real Salt Lake has the Arizona Academy that a couple of people from
Boo.
rival high schools went to.
Boo.
That's
Wait,
it.
did they go to, or did they just play for one of the teams that they just like get kind of?
No,
pay
like
to
they
use
actually
their
went
name?
in through the system.
Okay, they weren't one of those ones that are in like Open League Division 5.
No,
and it's like, but
like
it's
they-
got
no.
RSL in the name, so it must be good.
no. Like they actually went through it. I mean, they didn't ultimately pan out, but it was a big deal at the time. Like, whoa.
See, if it wasn't for Max's knee injury, he would have been there too.
That's
but
true.
He hurt his knee.
It's true.
And his shoulder.
I mean,
Yeah.
And his
actually,
head.
I chose
His
this life.
ankle.
I chose to grace everyone with my voice and my admin skills instead of taking.
Can't
You know
all
what?
make good
Taking,
decisions.
taking pro ball
You know
and
what?
making
We're
millions.
taking this back a step. We're taking this back a step, but I do see Shane is standing because Shane wants a beer from Max. And there's a nod
Yeah.
there.
He's
That's
shaking
in
his
agreement.
head.
It's a
no.
nod in
and
agreement.
down.
Right, Max, take us out.
I hate that leave a like.
Sounds like another goal.
Oh boy. Well, this has been
You posted it, man.
something on the
3-2.
PHX
Wow.
Wrexham podcast.
No, right.
On the PHX Rising podcast course, you can follow the show at PHX__rising _.
Double the darts.
Double the darts.
Maybe. Sure.
Why not?
Double the Max Beers purchase.
Yeah.
Leave a like on your way out here. Of course, you could follow me on
We're having a
Twitter
good time,
at Max David Simpson. You can follow Rees at Rees11 _. You can follow Mr. Owain the Oracle Evans at OJ Evans Wrexham, and you can follow.
OJ Evans 18.
Sorry, it's Owen loves Wrexham.
You don't
No.
know. And you can follow Kevin, which. Do we like Kevin as a producer? Yeah, let us know
Yes,
if
we
he sticks or
do.
not.
Does Kevin like Wrexham?
There's a correct answer to this,
I
Kevin.
mean,
and
honestly,
it's-
sure.
Yeah.
No.
And you can follow Kevin on Twitter
Right.
at KevoPost. Again, KevoPosts. Again, follow him as well, doing stuff across all the spectrum of PHNX. But join us here next weekend, Wednesday, 6 p.m., middle of the week. We got games to review. We got games to preview. We got all stuff going on. Follow us. Go to gophnx.com. Become a diehard. Do all the fun stuff. Check us out. Follow us on Twitter, as we mentioned. And it's a beautiful game. But it's way more beautiful when we don't have to fill the last 15 minutes with those wretched darts. Good night.
We all silly like the mayor.